I want to give you an incident that took place. It's mentioned in a book, The Cure of Sins, which is a book that's published by Maktabat al-Madina. It is stated in there that once a person, he bought a slave. And before he bought the slave, he asked the person, does the slave have any defects in it? And the slave owner who was selling the slave, he said the slave has no fault except one. And that one fault is that he tells tales. He tells tales. Now the new owner, the person that's buying, thought, well, that's only a mile, that's nothing. And he said, okay, I'll buy him. So he bought him, and the slave started looking after him. One day that same slave went to the wife. He went to the wife of his master, and he said, oh ma'am, I'm sorry to say that your husband does not love you. He intends to buy a slave girl so that he can have a very good time with her, and he can leave you completely. If you want, I can tell you a way by which he may turn towards you, and he may start loving you. So the wife asked, what is this? And the slave said, tonight, when your husband falls asleep, get a razor and cut some hairs of his beard from the throat side, and then keep that hair yourself. I will then tell you the method. So she thought, okay, if I can get this hair, then he must have a wazifa or something that he can do with his hair, and obviously my husband can start, love me and go away from anybody. So then what happens is, this same slave, he then goes to his owner, and he says to his owner that, I'm sorry to say, but your wife is, I've seen her with another stranger. And this stranger, this wife of yours, she wants to kill you. She wants to get rid of you. And he said, how do you know this? And he said, I can prove it. Tonight when you go to sleep, pretend that you're asleep. Don't go to sleep. Pretend you're going to sleep, and you will see that your wife will come and attack you. She will come and attack you with something sharp, and that'll prove what I'm saying is true. So the husband, that night, he closes his eyes, pretends he's asleep. The wife, seeing her husband asleep, or she thinks he's asleep, gets the razor out and comes close to the throat to cut some hairs. And just as he comes close with the razor to cut the hairs, the husband opens his eyes, catches his wife with the razor in her hand, he attacks her and he kills her. He kills her, and then what happens is, her family then comes and kills him. So now the two families start fighting and start killing each other, and it said, as a result of this action, over 100 people were killed. And how did this happen? By the person who told tales. So viewers of the Madani channel, again, whenever you hear any news, make sure you verify this news, yeah? There's something called information, and there's something called confirmation. Whenever you are given information, get the confirmation of that information before you act upon that information.
We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel.